One day, they're texting you back within seconds. The next day, nothing. No explanation, no goodbye. You've been ghosted. And it doesn't just hurt emotionally. Science actually shows it switches on the exact same regions in our brain that processes physical pain. In other words, ghosting can feel like a broken bone, or maybe even a punch in the gut. But here's the potentially surprising part. Ghosting says more about them than it does about you. And once you understand the psychology behind it, from the neuroscience of rejection to the avoidant attachment styles that make a person want to up and run, you'll not only be able to recover faster, but you'll also learn how to build healthier, stronger connections moving forward. Today's video, we're going to be breaking down why ghosting hurts so much, the real reason people ghost, the science-backed strategies to heal and move on, and finally, how to turn this painful experience into something that actually makes you more resilient and less likely to get ghosted again. Why being ghosted hurts more than you think. No, you're not being sensitive. Getting ghosted really does sting that bad. So let's start with the pain. Neuroscientists have found that social rejection activates the anterior cingulate cortex. This is the same region of the brain that processes physical pain. And that's why when someone suddenly disappears from your life, your body floods with stress hormones like cortisol, while levels of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, crash. Now, this isn't just modern dating and relationship drama. It's based on ancient biology. Thousands of years ago, being excluded from your tribe wasn't just embarrassing, it was dangerous. Isolation meant you might not survive. So our brains evolved to treat sudden disconnection as a threat to our survival. That's why your mind won't stop asking, "What happened? What did I do wrong?" It's a phenomenon researchers call a closure gap. When we don't get a clear ending, our brains rush to fill in the blanks, usually with the worst possible scenarios. It's exhausting and, at times, utter torment. And the problem is, you might never get the answer, which is why healing isn't about chasing closure from them. It's about creating closure within yourself. Why people ghost? It's not about you. So here's the part most people miss. Ghosting usually says far more about the person doing it than the person experiencing it. Psychologists have identified several common reasons people ghost. Number 1, avoidant attachment style. People who grew up feeling unsafe opening up emotionally often find closeness uncomfortable. So when things get too real, instead of just talking about it, they vanish. Number 2, fear of confrontation. For many, ghosting feels easier than being upfront and saying, "I'm not interested," or "I don't have the emotional capacity right now." It's avoidance disguised as self-protection. Number 3, decision paralysis. In today's swipe-right culture, dating apps create an illusion of endless options. People feel overwhelmed by choice, and instead of making a difficult decision, they default to silence. Number 4, empathy gaps. Digital communication makes it easier to forget there's a human being on the other side of the screen. Without eye contact or tone of voice, empathy can drop, and ghosting ends up feeling less cruel to people than it really is. One scientific study from researchers who specialize in social and personal relationships found that 25% of people admitted to ghosting someone, and over 65% said that they had been ghosted themselves. This means that ghosting is less about you as an individual and more about a growing cultural trend. And knowing this should be a huge relief. It's not a reflection of your worth. It's often just the ghoster's lack of skills in handling discomfort. The psychology of getting ghosted. Still, knowing the reasons behind why people ghost doesn't erase the pain of it. That's because being ghosted messes with the brain's reward system. Think of texting like a slot machine. Every time your phone buzzes with a message from someone you like, your brain releases dopamine. It's like a little tiny reward. But when the messages suddenly stop, your brain experiences what scientists call a reward prediction error. You expected a reward, and you didn't get one. And your brain just keeps pulling the lever, checking your phone, refreshing apps, waiting for that ping. This is why ghosting feels addictive. It hijacks the same neural pathways that drive gambling addictions, which means the urge to reach out just one more time isn't weakness. How to heal from ghosting. So what do you actually do when you've been ghosted? Well, step 1, ground yourself. When you notice the spiral of what-ifs starting, just pause. Research from Stanford shows that even a 60-second deep breathing exercise can calm your nervous system and lower cortisol levels. Step 2, resist the chase. Every unanswered text or double message feeds the addiction loop. Studies on intermittent reinforcement show that chasing unpredictable rewards only makes the craving stronger. Step number 3, create closure from within. Try expressive writing. A study from the University of Texas found that people who wrote about emotional events for just 20 minutes a day for 3 days experienced better mood and even improved immune function. Reconnect with your people. Social rejection activates the same pain pathways as physical harm, but social reconnection with the right people heals them. Reach out to friends, plan something fun, invest in your hobbies. Every positive experience rewires your attachment system to trust again, building resilience from being ghosted again. Here's the empowering part. Getting ghosted can actually make you stronger. And by experiencing it and learning how to heal, you'll start spotting red flags earlier. You'll actually begin to value clear communication more. You raise your standards for how you deserve to be treated. In fact, one study found people who experienced rejection developed stronger boundaries and healthier future relationships. So instead of seeing ghosting as a failure, see it as teaching you something. It's shaping you into someone who's more grounded, more self-respecting, and ultimately more attractive to the right people. At the end of the day, ghosting hurts because it plays on two of our deepest fears: rejection and abandonment. But science shows that the pain isn't permanent, and the recovery process can leave you way stronger than before. If you've ever been ghosted, remember this: it's not about you or your worth. It's all about their capacity. So with the right tools, grounding, reframing, reconnecting, you can heal, close your own wounds, and just move forward with more resilience than ever. And if you've ghosted others, now you know. Your silence can affect people more than you realize, and just a few honest words can help save someone from unnecessary pain. So the next time you face ghosting, on either side, use it as a chance to practice self-awareness, communication, and growth. Get the journal out, reconnect with friends. Use this experience to help you realize what you want from your future. Being ghosted isn't the end of a story for you. It can be the beginning of a stronger, more connected one.